Before we jump into the next clip, I just want to tell you real quick, we got a new audio network. Go to tyt.com/audio and get all of our new podcasts.
A new bombshell report in the Miami Herald details how a police chief in a small town, a small suburb, Biscayne Park, is accused of telling his officers to arrest random black people in order to just boost stats. And this is from one of the officers in the report. Anthony De La Torre says they were told if they have burglaries that are open cases that are not solved yet, if you see anybody black walking through our streets and they have somewhat of a record, arrest them so we can pin them for all the burglaries. And he's not the only officer. 4 officers, which comes up to a third of the small force, told an outside investigator they were under marching orders to file these bogus charges to improve the department's crime stats. The police chief in question, Raimundo Atesiano, denies all these allegations. He quit the force back in 2014. But I want to tell you this, during his 2-year tenure, 29 of 30 burglary cases were solved. And the year after he left, the force didn't solve any, not one, the year after he left.
So because right wingers are not that bright, I have to explain that. Because they're gonna think, oh, you see that? That led to more crime.
Yeah.
No, they hadn't solved any of the cases in the past. They were just pinning it on the wrong guys. All these cops are saying it. Oh yeah, they were just arresting random black guys, right? So when they stopped doing that, it turns out they weren't solving any of the cases.
It also means that there is a good possibility that any competent defense attorney is going to get every single person who was convicted during that time off. Right?
And some of them did do it.
Some of them will have done it. And you'll have inevitably then put some legitimate bad guys back on the street because you guys are so friggin' incompetent and racist.
This police chief in question is actually in trouble with the feds for one specific case. They've only got one going right now, but he's charged with framing a black teenager, a 16-year-old, I think, for 4 different burglaries, even though federal prosecutors say they knew there was no evidence to support any of these charges.
Whatever the maximum sentence is for 4 different burglaries, that's how long Chief, I don't remember his name already, belongs in prison.
Atesiano.
That's how long Chief Atesiano, but he deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah, it's stunning to me how little they care about other people. Like, you're gonna put them in prison, you're gonna take away their liberty, even though you know they didn't do it. Why? Because it's gonna improve your career by this much. You get to brag about how good you are at solving crime when you know you're not solving crime. And think about that too, guys. Not only are they putting all these people in and taking away their freedom, okay? But at the same time, people get to do burglaries nonstop in that town.
Yeah,
you're not actually doing the policing.
So people keep getting victimized, and then you have people who didn't commit the crime going to prison for, again, a crime that they didn't commit. And look, remember, he specifically said to single out black people in the community. So please spare me the arguments about how there's no institutional racism in the country, because this is a perfect example of it.
This was burglaries. You think sometime in the last 30 to 40 to 50 years in this country that's happened for murder? And that maybe we have a couple of black guys, let alone white guys, on death row who didn't do it? If you think that, you're out of your freaking mind.
20 of them get out every year.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Yeah, and so guys, if it didn't happen to you, it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And so yes, unfortunately, for a lot of African Americans, this is their experience. This is what they've lived in so many different areas for so long. So it doesn't mean you did it. This guy did it. He did it because he's lazy, and he did it because he's a bad guy. But it happened to a lot of black people in this country. So just recognize it so that we could all fix it together. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.